Shalom, shalom, it's the Brother Kadash.
Brother Panah.
I want to start off by giving all praises to
Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Kakadash.
double honors to the apostles and the elders. This camp, we're going to name it Fire Flame Spitters. It's just like a little catchy name for a camp, you know. Every now and then you got to keep coming up with content and topics and stuff, so we call it Fire Flame Spitters because we the true Fire Flame Spitters. Why? Because we the only ones, you know, starting with, of course, the elders and the apostles, but the whole One West stuff, we the ones that's out here prophesying that this place is going to be destroyed by fire, you know, by that fire and that brimstone. So we use it as an opportunity for this camp to go into some of the destruction that's going to happen to this place. And if you didn't know, the second death in the Bible is going to come by the way of fire and brimstone, which is the nuclear weapons. So we're going to break that down and prove that it's actually nuclear weapons rather than asteroids or something like that. Now, the first death was during the time of Noah. That was called the first death. The whole earth was flooded, but the Lord made a covenant with the whole earth that he would never flood it again. That's what the rainbow represents. It's a covenant. It represents the covenant that the Lord made between man and that he had never flood the earth again like the first death. Now, that proves that the Lord got many covenants. He got covenants with man, he got covenants with the earth, you know. There's many different covenants, but the covenant that holds the promise to the kingdom is only for the Israelites, you know. You have to be an Israelite by blood first, and then you have to be the elect, meaning you have to be elected by the Lord to be saved, to inherit the kingdom, you know. But all Israel going to be saved, because even the 2/3 that died, which we're going to get into that, they're going to come back anyways, you know. They're going to come back in the kingdom and inherit the kingdom, you know. Matthew 5 kind of breaks that down on how that works. Now, during the first death, Noah, it was only Noah, his sons, so he had 3 sons, Ham, Japheth, and Shem, right? We come from Shem. A lot of people come from Shem. The Edomites today, they come from Shem. Hey, the Moabites, they come from Shem.
But can you break down Ham and his heritage and why, like cause somebody was trying to tell me that we related, I mean, like, cause we are kind of like related, but to like the Ethiopians and the Africans and stuff like that, like they was trying to say, like they was trying to tell me that we was, and I was trying to tell them that we wasn't.
We're a different people, we're a different race, we're a different seed than them, but all people on earth is connected in some way. Like, that's like how I was just breaking it down. We come from Shem. Now, if Canaanite or Cushite, if they come from Ham, they're from a different seed. They come from the seed line of Ham. But Ham and Japheth and Shem all come from the seed line of Noah.
Right.
So, yeah, we're connected in some type of way, just like with Esau. He's really our evil twin brother, because he comes from Isaac's seed, just like Jacob comes from Isaac's seed. But he's not an Israelite, though. So what happens is, yeah, they come from the same seed. The Edomites come from the same seed as we come from. They come from Isaac's seed, right? But it continues to go that we come from Jacob's seed. They come from Esau's seed. That's the difference. That's how the Lord separated us. So no, we're not family. Our family is the 12 tribes of Israel. That's our family, because the Lord made a separation between Isaac's seed. One was called the Edomites, one was called the Israelites. That's why it said in Rebecca's womb, it said that there is 2 different nations in Rebecca's womb. She had 2 different people. It said there's 2 different matters of people in your womb, meaning that these are 2 different people and they were fighting, even though they was coming from the same womb, from the same seed. But it's 2 different people. The Lord makes that separation. So no, the Ethiopians they're not our family. Yeah, we could connect, we could go back to them. Yeah, we could go back to one of the same ancestors, but the Lord made separations. And that's what it comes down to. The Lord made separations. You know, so we're different. And what made us a different and holy people is that we keep the law, statutes, and commandments. That's what gave us the power and made us a different people. You know, and then our DNA, you know, our seed, you know, being from the seed of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, not just Abraham's seed. Because Ishmael was cast out. It tells you that in Galatians chapter 4, you know. So going back into what I was saying, with the first death, it was by the great flood, you know. And only Noah 3 sons made it, and their wives. So each one of his sons has a wives equal up to 8 people, because you had Noah, his wife, you had Shem, Ham, and Japheth, and each one of them had wives. Only 8 souls were saved during that time. So But it's really, if you look at the ratio of how many people was on earth compared to how many people were saved, it's probably a very small number. It's going to be like that during the second death, because it's billions of people on earth now compared to how many people are going to be saved. Yeah, millions are going to be saved. Only Israelites are going to be saved, and it's going to be millions, because you got the 144,000 elect, which is like going to be the governors of the kingdom. But then you also have the 1/3 of the rest of Israel, women, children, and other men that's not a part of the 144 elect. The 144 elect is going to come from over here in America, Mystery Babylon, on this land. But then you got brothers that's going to be saved that's a part of the 1/3 that's all around the earth that's going to be saved. So it's going to be millions of us saved. Those chariots will take up a lot of souls, man. And it's going to be a big, gigantic chariot, which Yahushua is coming into. But compared to the billions of people, it's a very small percentage, just like going back to the time of Noah. So the Lord flooded everything, destroyed everything, right? And there's proof of that. People say, well, where's the proof of the Lord? You could go do some research and find proof that the earth was flooded. You know, you could go I think all up there in Canada, there's proof and stuff like that of the water being high and the ground being underneath the water and stuff like that. So you could go and get that proof, you know, just like you could get proof of Mount Sinai. You could get proof of a lot of different things. So they actually said they found the Noah's Ark. They actually said they found it. You could go do some research on that. So people want to ignore the facts and say, well, give me scientific proof that the Lord exists. Man, all the proof is around you. All the proof is around you, man. Hey, as a matter of fact, here, let me, hey, you got your pocket phone? Let me see that. I'll give you some proof right now. I'll give you some proof. This is, what was that? Damn. 2nd Maccabees chapter 7, if I could find it. Because I was reading this the other day, so I gotta find this precept. It's a great precept. Man, it's gonna be hard just to try to find it off my head. But
I'll look over it. What exactly are you looking for while you I'll look over while you still talking?
Here, right here, this is 2nd Maccabees 7, verse 23. It says, but doubtless the creator of the world, who formed the generations of man and found out the beginning of all things, will also of his own mercy give you breath and life again. That's how reincarnation. And she now reward not your own selves for his law's sake. So they was putting the laws over themselves. But that's not exactly what I was looking for here. Verse 28, I beseech thee, my son, look upon the heavens. Yeah, this is the proof right here. This is exactly what I was looking for. It says, I beseech thee, my sons. This is the proof the Lord exists. Look upon the heavens. So when you look at the skies, right? It says, in the earth, when you standing on earth, right? It says, and all that there is therein, and consider that God made them of the things that were not, and so was mankind made likewise. That's the proof that the Lord exists. And that's what I told her, dude. I was arguing with a dude. He wanted me to give him scientific facts. I was like, bro, I can't give you scientific facts. You asking me about something biblical, and you asking me to give you, to stay in a scientific box when you're dealing with something biblical. We got something that goes outside their scientific box. It's called faith. But that's the proof right there. As long as you see the skies and the ground and humans and animals and everything that you see is proof that the Lord exists. Because where did it come from? It had to be a creator. It had to be a creator. Everything is created by something. You know, so that's enough proof right there. But a lot of people be delusional to that proof. They look at the sky and they say, oh, there ain't no creator. What the fuck is you talking about, man? That's what I told her. I said, that's like walking into a house, right? And trying to say, you see a roof and you see a floor, and you trying to say that it ain't no creator, that nobody created it, the house just popped up. And he said, well, we could show proof to how the house is made and stuff like that, but you might not have the blueprints when you walk into the house. You might not be able to show blueprints and proof. You know what I mean? But there is blueprints and proof of how the Lord created the earth. We just ain't got it. The Lord got it. The Lord know it. The angels know it. They was with him. Yahushua was there. The Lord created Yahushua, the Father created Yahushua, his Son, and his Son created the whole earth. So he know how the earth was made. Just because we ain't got that proof of those evidence or those blueprints of how they made man or how they made earth, don't mean that it don't exist either. You know what I mean? Then you want to go into Darwin theory and shit. That shit's some bullshit, man. The Darwin theory is bullshit because where are all the apes and shit that's about to turn to humans today? That's about to, evolution. They say evolution. That's about to turn to humans. They got 2 more years and they about to turn to humans. Where are the humans that's evolving to something different? No, they have to artificially go put chips in people, put artificial arms and robot parts on people to try to change them. People aren't just evolving to different type of people now. So that lets you know the whole evolution, Darwin theory shit, that's bullshit, man. Everybody knows that at some point in time, something happened where there was a creator that came and changed things, and now we have humans that we have today. He created us, you know? But let's get into this fire flame spitters. We're going to go to Malachi chapter 4, verse 1, just to give people the understanding of what the Lord is about to do to the earth. The Lord is not coming back. This place is wicked, right? If this place wasn't wicked, then the Lord wouldn't have to return because it'd be a righteous place. The Lord is returning because this place is wicked, and let's see what he's going to do when he returns. Because a lot of people think the Lord's going to come back and give out hugs, give out flowers, give out candy. You know, the Lord's going to come back and celebrate Christmas. You know, the Lord told us not to celebrate pagan holidays, and he gave us high holy days to celebrate. You know, so a lot of people think the Lord's going to come back, celebrate Christmas. He gonna go meet up with Santa Claus, which is a false god, and he told us not to worship false gods and false idols.
Idolatry.
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 They think that the Lord's gonna go to the North Pole, go sit down with Santa Claus, take a picture,
Pet the reindeers
and shit, man. Let's see what the Lord's coming back to do. This is Malachi 4, verse 1. For behold, the day cometh that shall burn as an oven, and all the proud, all that do wickedly, what's wickedly? Transgression of the law, statutes, and commandments of the Lord. Anything other than that is wicked. If you do anything outside of that, it's wicked, you know. Now, where there's no law, there's no sin. But if you're doing anything against the law, statutes, and commandments, that's what wickedness is. Celebrating Christmas, these pagan holidays, that's all wicked, you know. It says, shall be stumbled. All the proud that say, look, we can do whatever we want to do, that puffs up against the Lord, all the wicked shall be stumbled. And the day that cometh shall burn them up, saith the Lord of hosts, that it shall lead them neither root nor branch. It says, but unto you that fear my name shall the Son of Righteousness rise with healing. And what does it mean to fear the Lord? To keep his law, statutes, and commandments. With healing in the wings, and it says with healing in the wings. What are those wings? It's talking about the chariots that's going to come down and save us. And ye shall go forth and grow up as calves of the stall. But like it said, it shall burn them up. So this day that's coming, that's why we named this campfire flame spitters. It's going to be a lot of fire, a lot of heat, a lot of burning. A whole city's getting burned up. Whole country's getting burned up, man. Missiles coming down. Hypersonic nuclear missiles that the earth has never seen that's going to come down and destroy whole states and shit like that. A lot of people going to be on fire. Look what just happened over there in Haiti. They had a gas tank truck come in and it exploded, and it said like 60 people got put to death instantly. So you gotta imagine, they still finding them. You gotta imagine how scorching hot that flame was when that blew up, because they were going down there to get some gas, because it's a gas shortage. Yeah. So you know the world is that it's gonna be a gas shortage over here in America, Mystery Babylon too. So they going down to get some gas, and then the shit explode on them, burn them. They said they were so scorched that they couldn't even identify someone. Think about that, man. And then going back to the gas shortage, right? I was at fucking Popeyes the other day getting some chicken, right? You know Jake love they chicken, right? People was out there finna get ready to fight just because they had to sit in line. They was cutting each other off in line. I'm talking about people getting out the car, going to knock on people's windows, yelling. This happened in multiple people doing this. I seen 2 Edomites finna get ready to fight. The Edomite hopped out the car and said, what the fuck? You gotta wait your turn. So if people was about to fight in a line over Popeye's chicken, imagine how people gonna bug out when there's famines, when there is no food in Walmart, when there is no food in Shop and Save, there is no food in Aldi's. There is no water. There is no drink. There's no food coming to your city. There's no truckers delivering food. There's famines. Imagine how people are going to act then. That's why you get to Matthew 24 and it tells you what? The love of many shall wax cold. When there's famines, all that we are one people shit, we're all people are equal. All that shit's gonna go out the fucking window when there's famines. When these famines come and these plagues come, and we seen these plagues. Look what just happened in the Midwest with the tornadoes. Hundreds of people got put to death overnight when the tornadoes hit the Midwest. When there's famines, then you're gonna see these people true villains. There ain't gonna be no more we all just want people. You could say we all just want people and we're all equal. That's some first world country shit. Cause you're spoiled being a first world country. But when this shit goes, when the shit hits the fan and there's famines out here, then you're gonna see how much love people really got. The love of many gonna wax very cold. And everybody gonna be for themselves. It tells you that in Isaiah 13. Here, let me get that real quick to break it down. It tells you that in Isaiah 13, verse 14, it says, and it should be as a chafe roe, and as a sheep that no man taketh up. They shall every man turn to his own people and flee everyone into his own land. This is prophecy that's going to happen when the Lord comes back. It ain't going to be no more we all one people bullshit and we're all equal, but then there's a hella wage gap and all the Israelites are on the bad side of the wage gap and all the Edomites are on the good side of the wage gap. Come on, man. It says, everyone that is found shall be thrusted through. Everyone that is joined into them shall fall by the sword. And what's going to be that sword? Weapons, guns, nuclear missiles that's going to cause that fire. It's going to cause this place to burn. I had another one. Matthew 24 then I'm having. But this is Matthew chapter 24, right? And we just out here warning our people of what's coming, the destruction that's coming. You know, this is Matthew 24. Verse 12, it says, because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. And then you get that understanding in 2 Esdras 15, that it's going to be people against people. All hell going to break loose. This place going to be destroyed. America's going to be destroyed by nuclear missiles. You know, it says, and because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. So right now they talking that bullshit in the Catholic Church, the Christian Church. We're all just one people. This says the love of many shall wax cold, man. It says, but he that shall endure unto the end, the same shall be saved, you know. But even before that, if you go to verse 9, it says, then shall they deliver you up to be afflicted and shall kill you, and ye shall be hated of all nations for my name's sake. So the prophecy is that the true Israelites, the true man of the Lord, we won't be loved by the world. We will be hated for teaching the truth of the Lord. What's some of the reasons, what's some of the things that the Bible say that would make people hate us for teaching the truth of the Lord? Who the true Israelites are, that's one thing. And the prophecies of America being destroyed, which is Mystery Babylon in the Bible. All those things will make people hate us because it's the truth, right? They hated the Lord. The Romans hated the Lord. They crucified him, you know, and his people, you know, at the same time. The wicked of his people, but there's a righteous group of his people, because remember, he had 5,000 that followed him that he fed. You know, so there was many people follow him, and there's many people that was against him with the wicked Pharisees, you know. But it says, and then shall many be offended and shall betray one another and shall hate one another. Many shall be offended and betray one another. Does that sound like everybody's equal and everybody love each other and everybody coming together? And no, man. That sounds like all hell's gonna break loose here.
Yeah, and that's a big thing though, because you know they try to put people in like positions, like when times are harder is when everybody should start coming together. But that's the total opposite right there.
Yeah.
When times get harder, everybody gonna turn on each other.
Yep. Everybody gonna turn on each other. This is Luke chapter 12, because I'm cooking. Verse 51. This is red letter. This is red letter. This is coming directly from the Lord. So let's see what the Lord said himself. Everybody say they believe in who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ, because he was a Hebrew Israelite. He had a Hebrew name, and they wrote King of the Jews in Hebrew on the cross. So they were speaking Hebrew during that time, and they knew that he was a Hebrew, and his mother Mary was a Hebrew Israelite woman from the tribe of Judah, and his father Joseph, his biological father, was a Hebrew Israelite man from the tribe of Judah, and they both had Hebrew names. They both spoke Hebrew, so they gave their son a Hebrew name. And Jesus Christ is not a Hebrew name. The letter J wasn't even created until like the 1500s or something like that, so that can't be his name.
And the letter E is not even in Hebrew.
In the Paleo Hebrew. Yep. So now let's see what he said. This is Luke chapter 12, verse 51. Not my words. Remember, this is the Lord's words. It says, suppose ye that I am come to give peace on earth. I tell you, nay, but rather division. That's what he said. He said, I ain't coming to give peace on the earth. He said, nay, I'm coming to give division. Then let's read about it. It says, from henceforth there should be 5 in one house divided, even in a house. 3 against 2, 2 against 3. The father shall be divided against the son against the father, the mother against the daughter against the mother-in-law against the daughter-in-law against the mother-in-law. So it says, and he said also to the people, when ye see a cloud rise out the west, straightway ye say, there cometh a shower, and it is so. And when ye see the soft wind blow, ye say, there will be heat, and it cometh to pass. So you fucks, y'all can look up to the sky and say, look, it's gonna rain. Y'all can look up and y'all can feel the wind and say it's gonna get hot. But guess what? It says, ye hypocrites, ye can discern the face of the sky and the earth, but how is it that ye do not discern this time? Y'all can't discern the times we coming in? We can. And that's what we out here teaching y'all. We discerning and telling y'all these times are coming.
Stop living in denial.
What's some of the things that could separate a mother from a father from a son, a mother from a daughter in the same household? Well, we seeing one of those things right now. It's called the jab. We can't say the actual word because YouTube, but it's called the jab. You got people in the same household. Some people is going to go get the jab, and then some people in the same household don't want to get it. So that's causing division right there, you know? And then it's going to be even worse when, and they already requiring every company, every private company now. At first it was all government companies and businesses. Now it's every private in some places like New York. So now that's going to cause a lot of division because a lot of people will say, I got to go get this because I got to go make money. And then some people going to have faith and say, look, I'm not getting it. And if you get it, then we can't deal with each other no more. That's causing division, man. You know, especially when those people that don't want to get it start becoming demonized. That's what is happening. They creating two different class of citizenship, and that's division right there. You know, you got that first one, Zechariah. Now
Zechariah 13, verse 9.
Yep.
And I will bring the third part through the fire.
No, go back to verse 8.
Verse 8. And it shall come to pass that in all the land, saith the Lord, 2 parts therein shall be cut off and die, but the third shall be left therein. And I will bring the third part through the fire and will refine them as silver is refined.
So what is it talking about? In the land, it's talking about Mystery Babylon, America. So here in America, 2 parts of the Israelites,
2 out of every
Judah,
3.
Benjamin, Levi, Simeon, that's a majority, right? It's going to cut off and die. But 1/3 is going to still be around. Why are the 2/3 going to be cut off or going to be cut off and die? Because they don't want to follow the Lord. They want to celebrate these pagan holidays, Christmas. They want to do what they want to do rather than following the Lord. They want to follow their heart. They want to follow the other nations, what the other nations had us doing, and the other nations' customs, rather than waking up to the truth and follow the Lord. So they're going to have to be cut off and die. But they're going to come back in the kingdom to inherit it. They're going to be reborn back in the kingdom to inherit it. But they're going to have to taste of that second death, though. Keep going. What's going to happen to the 1/3 that do want to follow the Lord? Keep going.
And will try them as gold is tried. They shall call on my name, and I will hear them. I will say, it is my people. And they shall say, the Lord is my power.
That's it.
Yeah.
And that's what we out here doing the work for, because we want to hear those words. We want to hear the Lord save us. We want to see the Lord save us, say, come up hither into the chariot, and we want him to say, look, come ye blessed of my Father, you know, inherit the kingdom that my Father has prepared for you. And we want to hear him say, look, it is my people. And we respond, it is my Lord, and he saved us. So that's what the 1/3 is going to get. That's why it's so important to, man, let all that bullshit, that worldly bullshit go, man, and come get in this truth, man. Come down here and put this work in and learn how to be a Hebrew Israelite, you know, so you can have a better chance at salvation, you know. Many are called, but few are chosen, you know. You got Zechariah 14.
Yeah, what verse is that?
12, but hold on, I got one. This is Zephaniah chapter 1, verse 11. How ye, habit, no, because I want to get straight to the point. Verse 14. The great day of the Lord is near, it is near. Didn't we just read in Luke 12, you got to discern the times, right? It says, and hasting greatly, even the voice of the day of the Lord, the mighty man should cry bitterly. So even mighty man, what's the mighty man? These army trained men that's trained to go through pain and not even change their face, you know, military personnel, top generals, the toughest man, the MMA fighters and shit that go through enormous amounts of pain and they can sit there and take it. They gonna cry like bitches, man. They gonna cry bitterly. You know what I mean? Because that's how hard these days gonna be. Because you might be able to take the pain, but seeing the pain that everybody else, your family gonna be in, that might bring you to your knees, man. It says, even the voice of the day of the Lord, the mighty man should cry bitterly. The day is a day of wrath. So what is the day of the Lord like? It's a day of wrath. It's a day of trouble and distress, a day of wasteness and desolation, a day of darkness and gloominess, a day of clouds and thick darkness, a day of trumpet, an alarm against the fenced cities. You know how the sirens go off every Tuesday of the beginning of the month. They testing that shit every month for a reason, man. That shit's gonna go off and it's gonna continue going off at some point in time. That's all you're gonna see around the city. It's gonna be a purge going on. There's gonna be war, famines going on, and you're gonna hear sirens just going off. It says, against the high towers, and I will bring distress upon men, that they shall walk like blind men. They ain't gonna have no direction, man. They ain't gonna have no understanding, no wisdom. They ain't gonna know what to do. Everybody just gonna be out here trying to get some food, man. It says, because they have sinned against the Lord, and their blood should be poured out as the dust, and their flesh up as the dung. And this also goes for the Israel, because what's sin? Transgression of law. Who was the law given to? Israel. So this goes for the 2/3 too. Neither shall their silver nor their gold or their Bitcoin shall be able to deliver them in the day of the Lord's wrath, but the whole land should be devoured by fire. That's why we named this camp Fire Flame Spitters, man. Because we spitting that fire right now. It says, in the day of the Lord's wrath, but the whole land should be devoured by fire in his jealousy, for he shall make even a speedy riddance of them that dwell in the land. It's gonna be fast, man. It's gonna happen fast. We ain't gonna be out here in the wilderness with all hell breaking loose with Jacob's trouble for years. You know, when that time comes, then we know we at the end. It's gonna be a couple months, and then the Lord gonna come get us. You know, because we gonna have to endure it, because it says those that make it to the end shall be saved. Those that endure to the end shall be saved, you know. So when the Lord come back, it's not going to be good times. The Lord is coming back to destroy this place, just like he destroyed it during the time of Noah. He's coming back with fire and brimstone. He's going to put the Caucasians in slavery. Now it says, Zephaniah chapter 2, verse 1. Gather yourselves together, gather together, O nation not desired. What's the nation that's not desired? The number one on that list that's not desired around the whole world, we all know, is the Negroes. We're the most undesirable people on earth. That's because we're the Israelites. Then you got the Haitians, West Indians, Dominicans, Cubans, Puerto Ricans, Mexicans, right? So it said gather together. So we supposed to be gathering together, man. Y'all supposed to be coming down to camp. And even if you don't know the word yet, that's why you come down to camp to learn it. You can come down, hold a book, read. And then you can learn little by little by coming to camp. We supposed to be gathering together, man. It says, before the decree bring forth, before the day pass as a chef, before the fierce anger of the Lord come upon you, before the day of the Lord anger come upon you. Seek ye the Lord, all ye meek of the earth, which have wrought his judgment. Seek righteousness, seek meekness. It may be ye should be hid in the day of the Lord's anger. So we want to be hid in the day of the Lord's anger. The Lord is coming back to destroy this place, man. So we want to be hid during that time. But we got to seek the Lord first. What did it tell you in Matthew chapter 6? It tells you the same thing, precept. Damn, I'm cooking, man. That's because I made a couple videos the other day ago, and they was kind of long, and I was going through all the precepts, so they kind of fresh.
Right.
That's what making those videos. So now I'm just cooking, you know.
You said 6?
Matthew chapter 6, I'll get straight to the point. verse 33, but seek ye first the kingdom of God and righteousness. See, they're saying the same thing. And all these things shall be added into you. Take therefore no thought for tomorrow should take no thought of the things of itself. Should take thought for the things of itself, sufficient unto the day of evil thereof. What's the day of evil thereof? That's the day when the Lord comes back. It's going to be a very evil day, because remember, in Isaiah 45, the Lord created good and evil. He created darkness and light. He created the devil. He created Satan. He created his son. So the Lord going, Isaiah, what's that, Amos chapter 3. Should there be evil in the city and the Lord has not done it? Of course he did. So the Lord going to be bringing a lot of evil down, man. In the cities, people gonna be seeing demons out here. Real life demons gonna be out here walking through the streets while they purging. You gonna see zombies out here. Yeah, go do some research about the whole zombie thing. That could really happen. We was just talking about that. Yeah. That could really happen. People don't think that could happen. That could really happen, man. Yeah. These chips and all stuff they put in people and all that shit.
Y'all ain't nothing but test dummies.
Test dummies, man. Your ass to fuck around and fall. I mean, just like rabies. Rabies is pretty much a zombie. Just like an animal that get rabies. It's still alive, but it's just attacking. It's aggressive. So they could put something like that in humans and make humans super aggressive like that. And then they just want to kill. That's a zombie apocalypse right there. You know? So it's going to be a lot of different things. You're going to have nations going to war. So you're going to be in cities, in small cities, and a nuke might just get dropped on the city. A missile might just get, a tomahawk missile might just get dropped on the city. All that's going to be happening simultaneously, man. And you might be in the city just trying to survive and get some food, and you see a star in the sky, and it comes down and everything blows up. You might be behind a wall, and you might have to duck behind the wall to try to get cover from the shockwave. And we trying to warn you guys of this time to come. The only way you're going to be hear from it, like we just read in Zephaniah chapter 2, is if you're doing the Lord's work and the Lord chooses to protect you. You got that? Zechariah 14.
Zechariah 14, verse 12. And this shall be the plague wherewith the Lord will smite all the people that have fought against Jerusalem.
So what is this plague? Let's read it.
Their flesh shall consume away while they stand upon their feet.
Woo!
And their eyes shall consume away in their holes. And their tongue shall consume away in their mouth. And it shall come to pass in that day that a great tumult from the Lord shall be among them.
That's it. Is that the end of the verse? No.
And they shall lay hold every one on the hand of his neighbor, and his hand shall rise up against the hand of his neighbor.
Woo! So it said the Lord will control this. So what can make people flesh consume away while they standing? We all seen the movies, man. We know that's a missile. Look what happened in Japan. Look what happened in Japan. We literally seen it happen for real. What happened in Japan? And that wasn't even a hypersonic nuclear missile that was dropped. That was an atomic bomb. That's way littler and way weaker than a hypersonic nuclear missile. What happened in Japan? They dropped the missile. They dropped the atomic bomb on them from a plane. And people were standing and their flesh consumed away while they were standing. So that's what's going to happen here in America. But it's going to be nuclear missiles that's going to be dropped, and people's flesh are going to consume away while they're standing. You're going to be standing there, and your eyeballs just going to consume away. Your flesh. You might be holding on to a gate, and when the fire hit, the only thing that's going to be left on the gate is a skeleton. All your flesh got burned away.
In other words, you're going to be a pure skeleton.
Yeah. I mean, shit, in Japan, people had, like, their shirts. They had the print of their shirts burnt onto their body. No shirt left, just the print of their shirt burnt onto their body. And then if they didn't die from the blast, then they died a week later from radiation. You could die a month later from radiation, and there ain't nothing they could do. You know what I mean? So that's what's going to come. But what else did it say? It said the hand of every man should be against his neighbor. We read about that in 2 Esdras 15. We just read about that in Matthew chapter 24. People against people, nation and kingdom against kingdom. Everybody ain't going to be no, we all want people, we want equal bullshit no more. Everybody going to be against each other, man. Against your own neighbor. Your neighbor might come knock on your goddamn door. Hey, you got some food in here, Op?
You ain't gonna know what he on. You gonna look at him as he on some bullshit coming through.
Hey, get Revelations chapter 8. You know what I mean? You might open the door like, hey, we ain't got no food in here, we low. He might leave. He might come back at 3 in the morning. But this time when he come back at 3 in the morning, he ain't knocking on your door, he kicking on that motherfucker. Boom, boom, boom. Get in your shit, man. What you think he gonna do when he get in there? He gonna act the fool with your shit. You know what I mean? He might. We gonna go for like. He might come in your house. He gonna take your food, slap your daughter to the ground. He might take your wife in the bedroom. He might tie you up, kill you, take your wife in the bedroom, have his way with her, smack your son. You see what I'm saying? Take your food out your cabinets. Yeah, this shit literally, man. Y'all better go watch The Walking Dead. Y'all better go watch Purge Forever, the Forever Purge or something. This how this shit gonna be happening, man. When you watching those Purge movies, you see motherfuckers tied to cars. You see what I'm saying? With a ball of a ball of socks in their ball so they can